Among the people involved in contact, how much has the third strand of DNA grown in at this current point?
It is our vibrational resonance and understanding that this third strand of DNA you are pointing to is somewhat representative of entering into a fourth density, higher dimensional reality. And this strand of DNA is a reflection of this extra dimensional state. And you are somewhat fluxing between the higher dimensions and the lower dimensions. And today, while you may feel that your energies are somewhat upset and you may even feel in a somewhat lower state, we would sense that your vibratory state is in a sense more multidimensional, more aligned to a fourth density, higher dimensional reality today. And in these higher frequencies that can stir up tumultuousness, emotional imbalance, and aspects of your soul psyche makeup that need rebalancing, reharmonizing, and recentering in your being at this time. The idea is that these moments, such as today and such as your eclipse period, that can feel somewhat tumultuous, have a kind of density of light to them, density of frequency that is really creating a more higher dimensional fourth density access reality in your world. And the third strand of DNA, as you speak of it, is more prominent in your being as we sense it in this time, because the third strand of DNA is a higher dimensional strand of DNA, not perhaps monitorable by your physical sciences at this time, but the more your reality co-locates in a fourth density, higher dimensional frequency reality, the more your scientific measurements and radiograms and x-rays and microscopes and these techniques you can use for accessing and analyzing your DNA structure will be able to pick up these extra strands. They will be in a sense like etheric ghost strands. They will at first appear quite bizarre, like almost like glitches in the cameratography microscopic software used to observe your DNA structure. However, the more your reality begins to merge into a fully fledged fourth density reality, the more these strands will begin to appear and begin to be visible and begin to appear solid in structure, but not really solid. It will be more that you have transcended to a more less solid reality, a more light, dense, vibrational field. Does this make sense?
Yes, most definitely. So as we change our state in consciousness, does this also change our DNA in our external reality?
Yes, yes. As we are saying, the idea is that the more you raise your frequency and begin to enter an extra dimensional sense of state of being, a fourth density reality as the channel understands it, this more embracing a fifth dimensional reality into a fourth dimensional time space reality, creating a fourth density reality, the more you enter into this higher vibrational state. And this is all about consciousness levels, this is all about vibrational levels. That which you refer to as higher consciousness is what we would term a higher frequency. Your being, your energy body, including your physical body, is beginning to resonate on a higher frequency, enabling you to absorb, emanate, embody a higher density of light, which equates to the idea of a fourth density reality. And it is these frequencies that you will begin to form this higher dimensional third strand of DNA, representative symbolically of the transition into a fourth density state of reality.
Hmm. Hmm. And how quickly are we now able to shift away from the 3D collective reality and into an alternative fourth or fifth density timeline, since everything is speeding up?
Well, we sense you will really begin to ground into a fourth density reality beginning in around 5 to 7 years of your time and culminating somewhere between 33 and 70 years of your time is the point where it will really become obvious that everything has completely changed and you are hyperdimensional, infinite beings of consciousness able to translocate, teleport, skip time, skip dimensions, skip realities, instantaneously manifest. But we sense a deep transition to this state of being in your 5-7 year time frame. It will become very evident that everything has changed. Much has changed. Your vibrational state has very clearly changed. But of course, you are tapping in and out of this at present. Particularly today, we sense there is a high quotient of fourth density light in your reality at this time.
Thank you. And what is the purpose of us even going into fourth density, from fourth density to fifth density?
The purpose?
Yeah.
Well, in a sense, there is no purpose, for life is meaningless. We do not wish to demean your reality or put it down, but the overall state of consciousness is there is no meaning of consciousness outside its own existence. The only meaning, the only purpose to life is existence, is oneness, is awareness, is existence, is life. There is no purpose to life, there is no purpose to experience outside of existence. The only purpose of life is to be alive in the infinite sense. It is just infinite potentials happening in every way infinity can potentially realize itself in form. So life has no purpose, life has no meaning outside of the purpose or meaning you give it. So it's just an experience. It's just what's happening. It's just what the dream you seem to have created for yourselves at this time, and possibly a dream you can even shift, particularly now. But yes, there is, in a sense, from our perspective at least, no purpose to anything.
Because for some people that can be kind of like, there's no purpose.
Yes.
You know?
But ultimately, when you realize there's no purpose, that's when bliss sets in.
So another form of contact with the ETs, besides us going onto the ships, can be ETs coming here and having visitations on Earth?
Yes, of course.
Does this happen often?
Define often.
Are there actual ETs living amongst us, interacting within our civilization?
From our perspective, from those of our alliance that we are in contact with, in communication with at this time, there are beings taking more and more extended periods of time spent in your realm at this time. So, yes, we could say so.
And are they going to spend time in more isolated areas?
Yes, initially, yes, much so. It can be.
Okay, so this is a. Go ahead.
It can be vibrationally challenging for our energy fields to be submitted to your high density population areas for lengthy periods of time, or for any period of time for that matter, but it is not conducive to the well-being of our makeup to spend extended periods of time in densely populated areas of your civilization.
So there's not many ETs actually living here on the planet?
Not that are part of our collective conscious makeup that we are in communication with at this time.
Okay. Okay.
Then,
And so if we wanted to have contact with these beings, we would look for the windows, the eclipses, the solstices, the equinoxes at high vibrational locations.
yes,
Yes.
and much to do in your open plain areas.
Go ahead.
The lower the population,
Open
the better.
plain areas.
Lower the population, the
Okay.
better, for various reasons.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And one last question about Nibiru. Nibiru has come back into our orbit, and there's all sorts of myths and information about this shakeup it will cause. What is your perspective on that?
The idea is that Nibiru is a translocational vibratory plane of existence, a sphere, a hyperdimensional sphere existing on a plane of existence, somewhat akin to the way the Agathans are slightly out of sync with your dimensional space. This system art you recall called Nibiru is slightly out of sync with your reality, and it's really up to you to choose if you think this reality would benefit your existence and your expansion, and you can begin to, if you choose, harmonize your frequencies with this dimensional reality. Is it a story that plays out in your reality as having positive meaning?
Is Nibiru the home of the Anunnaki?
Yes, this seems to be a dimensional reality you have created for yourselves.
Okay. So basically, it's not going to cause any disruptions or weird things to our planet.
Well, you understand the idea you are the creators of your own reality, yes?
Of course.
And the idea is that the more we enter into these non-physical realities, these dimensions of reality more akin to extraterrestrial contact, more akin to inner earth contact, more akin to contact with hyperdimensional civilizations, the idea is that we are stepping greater and greater out of the idea of rigidity, out of the idea of fixed reality, into the idea of malleable, infinite potential, malleable, perhaps not so infinite, but malleable arrays of possibility. And the idea is that this Nibiru story could go in a myriad of potential ways, and it is important for you as a civilization and you as individuals to only focus upon those realities, specifically as we begin to blend into these hyperdimensional, multidimensional states of being, and focus only upon that world in which you prefer to create for yourselves. Yes.